It's Thursday, my last day before going on vacation, and my first call is for a boiler not heating properly in Valley Stream. Peter's driving my car because I need a ride home after work. We're going to leave the van at the office, so it's not at my house all week. So here's the boiler that I'm working with. The customer stated that it doesn't heat up enough, but they removed 2 radiators from the main living area and kitchen where the thermostat is. The bedrooms are very warm, while the main living area and kitchen where the thermostat is and where they've removed 2 radiators is a lot colder. It's 67 degrees. I spoke with the manufacturer for the boiler, and he said that any inconsistency in heating the rooms would be due to the fact that the boiler is not piped correctly. Crown Boiler said that the supply and return must both be on the same side of the boiler to get proper heat transfer. And you could see we have the supply on our left and the return on our right. And he said being that way, it could be circulating 120 degree water, even if the control is reading 180 degrees, because of where the probe is located and where the piping goes. So I'm waiting on a call from Mikey Pipes because I want to run this by him, because it does seem a little odd that that would be causing a major issue to me, but I'll see what he says. Just monitoring the boiler, making sure that it consistently runs. I've turned it on and off a few times, and every time it's fired up perfectly fine for me. So we'll see what happens. So I did confirm that issue with Mike. Spoke with him on the phone, and we got them a price together to pipe it in properly. You can see we have some Taco Zone valves here, and that was my go-to to see if there was an issue with them, because I know zone valves always have issues, but they're wired correctly, they're operating correctly. While I'm here, I'm going to make sure that it's burning safely, so I'm going to do a combustion test and a draft test to make sure that that chimney is clear, and hopefully the customer decides to go with using us for the repiping. But after that, I'm going to speak with the homeowner, and that's going to be it. So I finished up with that call. There wasn't really much I could do other than explain to her what the issue is and give her an estimate to fix it. The combustion analysis results were good, the draft was good, so even if she's not getting the heat that she needs, at least what she's getting we know is safe. I'm currently on my way now to Mineola, about 30 minutes away, for second floor bedroom not heating. Not sure what they have there, if they have a boiler, if they have a hydronic coil furnace, but I'll see when I get there. Hopefully it's something I can fix. It is raining pretty hard. Working in the rain stinks sometimes, but mostly just with AC. It's not really a bother at all when we're doing heat, because we're inside the whole time.
Turn left onto Peninsula Boulevard.
So I just finished up with that second call, no heat in the upstairs. The issue was there, well, first the pressure reducing valve was closed, so she wasn't able to bleed air out of her third floor radiators. And I opened up that valve, but it over pressurizes when it heats up because the expansion tank is no good. So I replaced the expansion tank and I got that issue sorted, and I bled out her third floor radiators, and I got the heat up and running on the third floor for her. I went to check the second floor and bleed out those radiators. She was very rude with me. Told me that she did not want to have any more work done. She said she wanted heat on the third floor. She'll get the second floor working. She doesn't want to pay. She was very unhappy with paying for the part because she was able to pull it up on Amazon for cheaper, which is, of course, because we do put a markup on it, and it's not insane. But we also guarantee our part for 2 years. So she rushed me out of there. I got a reading on the combustion gases, and the carbon monoxide was at 80 particles per million, and there was no way to adjust it on the gas valve. It wasn't adjusting. So I told her, to fix that would be replacing the gas valve, which of course she did not want to do. She just wanted me out of there. So finished up with that. I don't know where I'm headed to next, but it stinks because I would have liked to have her system running nicely. And initially she was a very nice lady until it came down to the time spent there. I spent an hour total. I had to drain the system, replace the expansion tank, and put the expansion tank back on, pressurize, bleed out the third floor radiators, make sure the heat was getting up to them. And I tested, make sure the pressure relief valve was going off at 30. And that the aquastat was turning the boiler off. But she just did not want to do anything. So it is what it is, I guess. It's just what it's going to be with some customers. But on to the next. Currently leaving Home Depot, just picked up a couple things for a job I know I'm going to have to do. It's a condensate line. I also needed to pick up silicone for the job I'm currently at, which I can't record. I was instructed to focus on the task at hand, and that's what I'm doing. So on my way back to that job, it should be quick. And then I'm heading to a Navien where I just need to pipe in a condensate drain, so that should be fairly straightforward. So hopefully I get to record that. Change of plans. Now I'm on my way to pick up some water softening salt in Hicksville, and then going to Platsky to pick up, I forget the name of this specific model. I haven't seen or installed one yet, but I think it's just a water heater, and then find out what I'm doing after that. That's one thing that I like, is when things change around, because then it's, I don't know, I like unpredictability, because I don't like thinking too much about what's next, because then you start to overthink it, and then you lose your concentration when you're at the job, because you have things that you already put in your head. So this video is probably not going to be that entertaining, but it's still a typical day working for me. Mike's been doing a lot of service calls. There's a lot on his schedule, and he bangs service calls out really fast, which sometimes I'll get through mine in a decent time. I would say most of the time I get through them in a fairly decent time. Sometimes I take way too long. Sometimes I'm too quick and then there's a callback, so I'm trying to take more of my time and think. But going on these drives to pick up stuff is nice. So just listen to music and drive, or listen to YouTube videos on other people running service calls, or HVAC class type things on YouTube. So if there's more in the video, I'll record more. This may be the end. It's not the end. I'm on my way now to that Navien that needs the condensate line hooked up. About 30 minutes away now, so I'll record some of that. I am here, not here yet, so I got this expansion tank stuck in the bucket because it's full of water and it's heavy, so I'm drilling a hole in it so it drains faster, and then I can try to get that out, and it'll be lighter anyway for when I throw it out. Here is that condensate line, and I'm going to do 2 elbows so I'm not putting pressure on the fitting. This fitting is plastic, so the acid in the condensate doesn't eat it away like it did with the original brass fitting. So I got that in. I'm going to cut some lengths, connect some elbows, and set it up. And here we have it. It's hard to crimp and record at the same time because I have a little difficult to use hand crimper, but here's our 90, another 90 here, and this is going in the fitting. That way that there's no pressure being put on this, because this is just, it's 2 pieces, and the piece in here is a piece of rubber sealed onto this, which is held in by the threads. So with pressure it could angle it and cause it to drip. But now they don't have to keep a bucket under here anymore. And I just turned on the heat because I want it to start condensing and make sure that none of my fittings are leaking water. It's not pressurized, so it's pretty unlikely that it will leak, but I just want to make sure. Of course, it doesn't go into a neutralizer. It's this blue line right here. It just goes into the ground. We didn't install this, and they don't want to get a neutralizing pump, so it is what it is. So this drain line no longer drains. Now their option is to have us install condensate drain, but we're in the center of the house on the ground floor, and it's finished, so it'll be a project. So couldn't fix the problem there. We'll have to go back and do it the right way with a condensate neutralizer and a pump and a drain going somewhere. It's going to be a little bit challenging because it's smack in the center of the house. It's on the first floor, which is obviously finished, so she wasn't happy. I'm not thrilled. I was hoping I could get it fixed for her, but it is what it is. I'm on my way back to the shop. I gotta park the car in the back, so they're all at the shop waiting for me, moving cars around. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see me do something in particular, or you have any criticisms, put them in the comment section below, or advice. Subscribe if you like it, share it, give me more watch hours. But yeah, thanks for watching.